In this Bokwari's government, the Arewa youth, when they were tired of the IPOB members' continuous intimidation, because it has become so much like intimidation to them, especially the Arewa youth. Every time the Biafran says, "We are leaving, you are cow, it's a zoo, Nigeria is zoo," you know what I mean? So the owners of Nigeria, the northerners, the northern youth, so they gave a verdict. They said the Igbos must leave the northern Nigeria with immediate effect. They gave, you remember that time, 24 hours or 48 hours. They came out later to apologize, right? So it won't be the first time that people will ask you to leave their land, okay? But this time around, it is for a legitimate reason that people of good conscience should not wish away. They should look into it because lives will be involved. I mean, lives are involved. So Ondo State government says because of the increased insecurity, kidnappings, killings, and then all that, yeah, that Fulani herdsmen should leave Ondo State with immediate effect. Well, I think he gave them 1 week. Nah, he gave them 1 week. If you are seen in Ondo State after 1 week as an herdsman, you will be arrested. Maybe not. They may come back to change the story. So don't raise your hope on that. Ganduje, we are all alive when Ganduje publicly banned Alimajiri in Kano State. Although they are back now because there is election in Kano State, okay? So election of local government elections, rather. And they brought them back to come and do the election. They will soon send them away as well. So, yeah, guys, I got what I wanted to get. We have passed the state of Ghana for those who are just reading that, okay? So, guys, take a minute, right? Before I continue with this, take a minute to subscribe on Maiyegun's Diary if you haven't done that, okay? Just take off the comments. You see that live chat? If you are using a small device, take off that live chat and you'll be able to see the thumb up button there. Use it. For those who would like to give me thumbs down, if you don't like what you have been watching, give a thumbs down. It means that you are engaging with this conversation. So go on, try that. Give me that thumbs up. For all of you who are on now, go for it. I'm going to take a drink break, and then we'll continue from there. It is not the first time you will tell people that if they are not going to obey the law of the land they are, if they're not going to respect the custom and the norm of the people that they want to live with, then they can't stay there if they want any peace in any way. And there is no way. Nobody wants war, okay? But when you bring it home and you're saying, who is your father? Imagine now, normally in Yoruba land, if you ask any Yoruba man and say, who is your father? If you say, my father, blah, blah, if they now reply and say, who is your father? Baba, you can tear for that person. You know how he be, Abi? Now, that's what they are saying to you in Yoruba land. So they are saying, only Buhari will tell them to leave any Yoruba forest. It's not even like they, we are, for those who are living in towns, who are living in the cities and all of that, probably contributing to the economic of everywhere they are living for whatever they are doing, right? Not them. The forest. They are inside the forest. In Igbo. They are living in the forest and they are saying only Buhari can tell them to leave the forest. And it's true. It is only Buhari, except if you push your way or you turn yourself to become the ESN, Eastern Security Network, who have managed to tell people to leave if they cannot respect the culture, the norms, and the tradition of the people they are coming to meet. In this case, they left. But in Yoruba land, they are telling you now that it is only Buhari that will make them leave. Ganduje banned and deported Alimajiri's children, homeless children in Kano State, who are actually northerners, deported them to other states. And so many other states also deported, you know the story, Abi? Kaduna deported their thousands. Kano deported all of them within their own state there, right? Because they believe that they are not making or contributing anything economically to those states. Abi? So Fashola deported, you remember that time, the uproar. Fashola deported the beggars in Lagos State who are homeless, who have no one or no relative in Lagos State, back to their respective states. Heaven did not fall. So Arewa youth who gave Igbos ultimatum to leave the northern Nigeria. Remember the story? Heaven did not fall. So Oyo state government publicly said, or they made law that open grazing is illegal in your state. Therefore, if you move your cow anywhere in your state, you will be arrested. So that is also did not bring the war to an end. But all this, so far so good, they didn't bring the war to an end. They will be obeyed. That's where I'm going. They will be obeyed, or the people will not be forced to take them in. How people will react, you know one thing, you can tell people that this is it. You cannot do anything, forget it, that's it. Yeah, you can say that, but you cannot tell them how they are going to react. In this case, they seem to have had enough. And yeah, with what is going on in Eastern Nigeria, it will be expected that very soon we will begin to see the Nigerian military, Nigerian police, their Daura Secret Service, and many more hunting and arresting people in Yoruba land, making people go, to disappear in Yoruba land. And the political class in Yoruba land, the elite in Yoruba land, many of them have compromised. They are going to look away. I'm not saying they shouldn't. Listen, look at me very well. I am not asking you, okay, not to demand for the arrest of Sunday Igboho. I'm not asking you that you should not go ahead with your one mission, Tinubu presidency. But one thing you would never, or you will continue to remember, or you should never forget is this. If you get what you are looking for, based on the blood of Yorubas that you will prefer not to be mentioned, their cases never to be reported, and you are going to do everything within your power to deny all these incidents in the years ahead, in the weeks, and in the days, weeks, and months ahead. You are going to join those who are going to deny all this news of all these attacks in Yoruba land. You are going to call for you're going to call them fake news. But now, the point is this: all those stories will be, the victims are going to be living, okay? And maybe when you finally get what you are looking for, okay, the consequences of your negligence, will be waiting for you. And that is why I said you can tell people how to, you can tell people what to take. You can tell people, what to reject or what not to reject. And they will continue to do what they will have to do. You can force things on people. You can brainwash them. You can manipulate them. You can rig them out, okay? But one thing you will never be able to do is that you will never be able to control how they are going to react when the Bedu enter body, when the consequences will fire back. You will never be in control of how they are going to react. So I am not asking you not to use your one mission, one nation, one whatever, your one Nigeria, okay? It won't be surprising. But one thing is this: it will catch up with you in that same Yoruba land where the same place you are trying to bury the poverty, to bury the joblessness, to bury the underdevelopment, to bury what people are going through for your political gain, to tell yourselves that it is in fact better or it could have been worse, and you know it is worse, right? You see all of that, they are waiting for you. You may get your way. Yeah, you may have your way. You may have all it takes to force your way through, okay? You may bury all the news. You may silence people. You may send people to exile. So just because of your one mission, one nation, you may continue to sell Yoruba land to the highest bidder. But one thing you will not be able to do is that you will not be able to control the consequences of that on your people and on yourself. That's something nobody will be able to control, not even the fake God that some of these fake people continue to always drag into the conversation. That only God. No. It's your fake God that continue to tell you to ignore fact and continue to believe fiction. Ignore reality and create your own fiction and believe in it. No, that's not real God. It is your own fake God. And for all of that, it is just buying time. The consequences will come. The insecurity they are trying to bury. You know how long they try to bury the insecurity in Borno? Do you know how long? Now, can they really bury it anymore? Can they really hide the whole thing anymore? Are they in control of those terrorists anymore? Everything is now out of hand. And that is exactly the journey that these guys, these Yoruba Abobakus, these Lagos Abobakus, these crumb eaters, you will be seeing them, read their names. They will be attaching religion to why they believe that we shouldn't say anything, as if to say Oduduwa was a Muslim, because some of them will actually tell you they are not from Oduduwa, wherever it is, right? They're going to tell you they are not. Just to let you know that their religion tells them they have affiliation with all these Fulanis. They will even prefer to live with these Fulanis than to live with any Yorubas. There are people who think like that, and they have the right to their opinions too. But unfortunately for Yoruba land, it is either these guys are in the majority, or the right-thinking people are keeping quiet and therefore increasing the numbers of these guys who can force all these opinions on us and make us accept them without telling you that they are giving you those opinions based on their religion, based on the other things that have complete alienation to the Yoruba culture, the Yoruba that they are. And they will push the agenda of one Nigeria. Great. One Nigeria. You know, one Nigeria is not, you won't know that one Nigeria is so sweet until you meet a Yoruba man who believes so much in one Nigeria. He will argue with you. It will give you details, things that are, mostly just nonsense to let you see why Nigeria will, you know what I'm talking about. I told someone, I said, you will never know a great Nigeria until you meet a Yoruba man who is a one Nigerian. He will tell you that they underplay the problems. They don't want to talk about the problems. They'll say, we know the solution. We know the solution. Don't worry. They don't want to talk about it. Then when they now provide their solution and give you the solution, it just makes the whole thing worse. And they will say, it's not my fault. I wanted to do it this way. What I wanted to do, what I think we should do, you remember when Governor Fashola was telling you about electricity. There are many, many of you that will pay to go and listen to Fashola to talk to you about electricity, even though he had no knowledge, no training, no education, no nothing about how to generate and distribute electricity. But his Fashola is a Yoruba man who believes in one Nigeria, who believes that it only takes a very smart man to put together an idea, and then you just do it this way, you just do this, and everybody will just get light. I say, Fashola, see brain. If people like Fashola is talking, you have to listen. Say, okay. Say, look at the roads. All you need to do, and everybody will be like road everywhere. Say, oh boy, see sense. Hi, see, Fashola is good. It's all lies. They are all lies. Lies. Okay. So they now say, okay, Fashola, come and do electricity. Do electricity now that you have the chance. 5 years after that, they are still looking for how to do it. Because, you will never know that Nigeria is a great country. You will never know how great Nigeria is on paper until you meet a Yoruba man who believes in one Nigeria. He tells himself a lot of things. All we need to do is just get rid of all these bad people, change this, and we just only GBT, only. I say, yeah, come, do it. You say, it's the northern people that they oppose the idea. We have this great idea, but they just oppose it. Oh, so you don't know that they will oppose it when you are doing your grammatical gymnastic, when you are doing your taekwondo, grammatical taekwondo. Where is Oshibade today? Where is Pastor Ruga? 3 million jobs. It's so easy. We just need to divert our economy. This country is so blessed. This country is so great. We just need to divert our economy from petroleum. We need to stop corruption. We need to pay the police very well. We need to pay everybody. That every graduate, we need to pay them, employment, we need to pay the poorest people for 5,000 naira. We need to, almost 6 cents. See Oshibaju. Now this Oshibaju is supposed to be president, man. So no sense supposed to be president when he accepted to be vice president of the certificateless breeding mannequin. Oh, nah, GPT. And they say if you see, if they are scamming someone, hey, there's a way they put that word, right? If they are scamming somebody, and you are asking yourself, you don't see the person they are scamming. Where are these people scamming? Where are they making all this, Baba? You be the mugu, now you then the scam. Professor of law, vice president to a certificateless Megad, breeding Maiyegun, and they turned him to special advisor, to Boko Haram on condolences matter, burial arrangement inside Aso Rock. Upon all the grammar, all of you, they promised 3 million jobs every year. Even those of you who had jobs then, who were telling the whole world, like you are doing now, telling everyone that they should do one nation, one nation, one nation, one mission. Buhari for, Tinubu for president, one nation. 2023. Abi, is that not what you were telling yourself? Some of you had jobs. Oh. In 2015, you get small job. And from small money you were making. Some of them in Nigeria, the small money they were making, they were using that small money to promote fake Pastor Ruga and Boko Haram, because they told them that if you don't like your job, we'll give you another job. Even if you don't like your, leave the job, come and collect unemployment allowance. They say, oh boy, Nigeria will just turn to London. Oh boy, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Some of them are now jobless. They are those frustrated ones you see on social media now. That's what Nigeria turned them to. I'm not joking. Go and check the statistics. When they came in, they said 30 million people no get job. As we are talking right now, after 5 years, 33 million no get job. Officially, 45 million, they are underemployed. Those are the ones who are doing, they wake up in the morning. They know they will not be paid, but they have to go out to shame the devil. So that, and then they will go to church on Sunday to go and pray to God that God should help them touch the heart of their bosses so that they will pay them salary, their 7 months salary. Ask how much they are collecting, 15,000 a month, 20,000 a month. They are also on social media, hoping. After 5 years, so why am I saying that? Because those who are telling you, who are going to tell you to wait, those who are going to tell you that in the interest of Yoruba land, you should wait. You should underreport those who are going to become victims of these killings, because there are victims. That's the point I'm trying to make. People will react, but you cannot control how they are going to react. But because of your 2023, sufferness, no, they tire you. If you're watching my video from Nigeria, I'm asking you, sufferness, no, they tire people. 5 years ago, they were telling you they are going to give you 40,000 megawatt electricity. Some of you believed them because you know it. You knew it then that if they can manage to give you 40,000 megawatts, truly, at least some of you go begin to do something. Like maybe Nigeria will be better too. But it's a lie. It's not going to happen. Who are you waiting for again? The same Tifnumbu that told you then that they will make sure that all those who stole your money, they get the money from them and reinvest the money into your economy. As a Nigerian, Abi. Now, after they have been collecting the money, can you tell me how much of that money you can say is remitted into their? They even called Magu, the Magu looter. They called him to come and account for the money, the returned loot. At the end of the day, they have relooted the returned loot. How can you return? How can you returned loot? How can you be so cold at to commit crime? I don't even know. Now Magu is now singing canary inside one cage, inside Aso Rock. The person that some of you were shouting that will help you to fight corruption because you have a lifeless breeding Maiyegun that is coming to arrest thieves. You didn't know they are going to create thieves. At the end of the day, those who told you all of that, look at them today. Where are they? Where are they today? The point I'm making is that they won't say it, because if they say it, if they come out genuinely to protect Yoruba land, to stand up for Yoruba land, to tell these guys that, listen, we are political leaders. We are not against you staying in Yoruba land, but you have to do it legally. You have to respect the people you are meeting there. And you should stop playing this national federal government card. Imagine Miyegun Allah having members of vigilantes in Yoruba land, and you as a Yoruba son or daughter, you don't even know. Now you'll be stopped on your way to somewhere in another few weeks or days, a few days, weeks, you may come across them. And you may be stopped and they will ask you to identify yourself. And you see them holding gun, no nothing. And they are, if you are lucky enough for them to show you their ID card, then you'll be asking yourself, hey, Miyegun Allah vigilante in Ijebu? How? Then you remember Maiyegun's video, because those are the people that will begin to do policing work in Yoruba land. According to them in Oyo State, Miyegun Allah is included in Amotekun in Oyo State. So Amotekun, whenever Amotekun goes on operation, Miyegun Allah also gets privy to they are privy to any operation, though they are denying it. What is the relationship between Miyegun Allah and Amotekun? That they have to continue to tell us that forget it, it's not that bad. It's only some criminals we are going after. Fulanis are good, because it is politically good to say that. It is politically suicidal for any of them to publicly back Sunday Igboho. So the same way that the Igbo politicians ganged up against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, unleashed media war, unleashed ground war, continue to try to use the Nigerian soldiers to hunt down everyone who identified as a Biafran or as an IPOB member in Igbo land. And they continue to plead to the mercy of the Fulani oligarch in Nigeria, Igbo land. All these things are not, there's no better way to put them, because it's exactly what's going on. So in Yoruba land, what you will get is that Burataye the butcher is not going to send soldiers to go after Sunday Igboho without the approval of the political class in Oyo State. And in this case, Sunday Igboho, according to them, is going to make them, if they don't come out now, to deny him and move ground. Number one, the people will likely agree with Sunday Igboho that the Fulanis should legally vacate all those areas. Yeah? The people will likely side with Sunday Igboho. And by so doing, Sunday Igboho may begin to command the level of respect among the Yorubas, who will begin to see him as someone who is ready to stand up for them. And that is a political suicide if they allow that to happen. And secondly, the fact that they can't publicly come out to support the fact that the insecurity in Yoruba land needs attention now, real attention now, from all the political players, religious, traditional, and all of them. The fact that they can't do that publicly now means they have to do everything to show their loyalty to them in Abuja by sacrificing everybody that are likely going to speak up about the insecurity in Yoruba land. It's already happening in southern Kaduna. People are being arrested for posting it on social media. Posting the killings in southern Kaduna on social media. People who have been in jail, people are in court. For those who are lucky, some have disappeared completely, simply because they were sharing the stories of what was going on in southern Kaduna. Yorubas will begin to have that same share of that. And here is where I begin to get worried. Sunday Igboho will defend himself. It's not today. He's seen it before. And they know themselves too. Do you get that now? I'm not worried about him so much, because he will be able to fight for himself. He will defend himself. Before you get to see that, oh, Sunday Igboho is arrested or Sunday Igboho is paraded, because that's what they would like to do to him. Arrest him, parade him like a common criminal. It's not going to be that cheap. All of you know, for those who know Sunday Igboho. Do you get that now? But what about you, who will continue to report these killings? Because you will have to report them. If they attack a village next to yours, you see all these villages that we are mentioning in northern Nigeria, where they are kidnapping 35 people, raping their children, kidnapping women, burning down villages, burning down their farms, and all these villages that we are mentioning, that some of you have narrowed down to insecurity. There are actually human beings in these places. You know that, Abi? Now you will get used to names around your villages, around your own village, in your own state, in Yoruba land, because they will be happening. Now, you will not have the liberty to share that. If you dare come out to share that story, by any means, at any time, it will be considered a fake news, and you are at the liberty of losing your own liberty. Yes, you will lose your freedom. And that is when you will now understand the psychological war that comes with the physical one that some of you are dreading right now. It will get to a stage where you won't be able to talk about it. To talk about it will become a crime. They will say, you better watch your mouth. To record what is going on will become a crime, because doing so will be injurious to those who are benefiting from one Nigeria. So you as a Yoruba man, I want you to stay alerted. Stay at alert. There is a reason for that. You don't need to take sides. You may not like Sunday Igboho, okay? I have friends who say they don't like him. In fact, they don't like his approach. But you know what? It will no longer be about the approach when this whole thing begins, right? When the whole thing starts in the larger scale, with what we know they are going to unleash, right? It will no longer be about how he said it or what he said anymore. It's going to be about who is going to say it again. Who can please say it again? Who can come out boldly and tell these guys to leave? Who can lead there and make Yorubas be able to stand up and say enough? By that time, we may not find anybody to say it, because then you would have sacrificed Sunday Igboho. That's why I don't really disagree with these guys. Okay? What they are saying is stop the violence. Nnamdi Kanu said, stop the violence. Let us break away in peace. Nigeria unleashed terror on them. Nigerian government gave them bullets. They started killing them. And you watch that. That's the violence. They are now protecting themselves against the invaders in their own region, where Fulanis have been committing similar crimes, attacking people on their farms. They set up a security outfit to protect themselves against that. Nigerian government is still very much ready to go and give them violence by sending soldiers after those who want to protect themselves. Sunday Igboho came out and said, you, Seriki Fulani, your people have been committing crimes against our people in these areas. The government will not protect them. You as their leader, we have no problem with you. We don't even care how you got here, right? But if you want to stay here, right, you need to produce those guys who have been committing these crimes, who have been keeping people in those uncompleted buildings in this forest, collecting ransom from them. They are Yorubas. They have names. They have families. Your people have killed some of them. They killed Elijah. They killed another man who returned from Germany to start a farm in Yoruba land. Produce them, or you have to leave this place, because we will not let you stay here and continue with this business. Nigerian government, Nigerian politicians, you, a young person watching me right now, you are not interested in the government getting to the root of the matter of the crime being perpetrated in these areas. You are not interested in that security, are you? No, you are not interested in that, because according to you, there is not a problem. That's not a problem. The government will deal with it. But the government didn't deal with it until it got to this level. Your problem is that if they don't stop Sunday Igboho, Tinubu may not become president. And that is something you don't want to take, right? That is your own worry, yeah? Okay, that's fine. It's up to you. Because I believe Sunday Igboho can protect himself, fight for himself in a way. But is that too much? Should arresting, killing, be the next thing you, as a Yoruba man, should be supporting? That's something I want you to think about. The likes of Tinubu, if he wants to really be a Yoruba leader, it should be the one telling everyone in Yoruba land about the insecurity level and why everybody should make insecurity their business. And also tell everyone in Yoruba land that, listen, we might be a part of Nigeria, but for you to live in Yoruba land, you need to respect the people the people's culture and tradition of these areas you want to live in order for you to live in peace. You will not go to Kano and then decide to buy a mosque and convert it to a church and expect the locals, the people around there, to continue to ignore you or continue to watch you do your worship, praise and worship in that building. It's not going to happen. You know it. They will call it disrespect. You are disrespecting them. You know what I'm talking about. So how can you then go somewhere, grab land, settle down, and then begin to commit crimes, kidnappings, invasion of farms and all of that. And you want them to just accept that, or you are going to start war against them. You may start the war, but you will not be able to dictate how the war is going to end. And you, as a Yoruba son, ask yourselves, what is more important to you? For your people to still stay alive, on their own land, or to continue to live in refugee camps while your Tifnumbu will be the president of Nigeria? Well, his family members as usual, and you'll be there taking the pictures, be happy, and when you look at their pictures and you look at your sorrows, you choose one, and it'll be up to you then. Would you really want to burn down your land because of what you want to become? Because you will become what exactly? You make a Yoruba man what? A minister. At least Yoruba will continue to be the what? To be the governor of Yoruba land one day. So what is that thing that will make you sacrifice the safety, the well-being of your own people in Yoruba land? Something that will make you deny them, keep quiet, pretend that all these things are not happening, and ready to throw your own brother under the bus because you don't like him, right? Or because it's not your type. It's not probably saying things the way you would probably want them said, Abby. But it doesn't matter if there are victims of all these keeping sealed lips by your political leaders. Well, I'm not actually going to say that all Yorubas agree that something should happen to Sunday Igboho. Some of us who are not in Nigeria, we hope that they will not do anything to him. Okay? I remember when I started interviewing Omoyele Sowore, and I said, look at all these things you're doing. It's going to get to a point whereby they are going to arrest you. They are going to restrict you. They're going to try so much. If they are not even going to try to kill you, are you sure you are ready for this? And he told me point blank then that he was ready for everything. Now today, Omoyele Sowore is now a candidate of different courts, prisons, police detentions, police brutality, attack, assault, all this. And here we are. We have Yorubas who are condemning him, asking that he should be killed because according to them, if you don't think properly, they believe that Sowore is being used against their Tifnumbu's ambition. And I ask them, what is wrong with all of you? What ambition? Is Tinubu's ambition more important than the safety of your brothers, of your sisters, of your aged parents, of those you know who are currently dwelling in those villages, abandoned by the leadership of all those who are claiming to be Yoruba leaders now? Abandoned. They have been abandoned. Now that they are going to be killed, are you saying their lives or the ambition of Tinubu is more important than you talking about the security in Yoruba land? I'm not saying you shouldn't pursue your ambition. You want your Tinubu to be president? Of course, go for it. But must you silence people? Must you ask people to keep quiet in the face of insecurity? Because according to you, it's going to affect Tinubu's presidential ambition. How callous can you be? How selfish can you and those people be? I mean, it's a question anyway.